I know this is going to be so hard to hear because we have been taught to believe that we do not have any control over our lives. But what if I told you that you cannot be abundant and be a victim to your circumstance at the same time? I know that's hard to hear because we all go through hardships. We all have trauma. We all have pain. We all have the past that still creeps in. But what if I told you all of that, it's a blessing in disguise, because it's only teaching you to remember that you're never the victim. You are always the victor of your reality. What is Gooch, you beautiful beings? Welcome back, AwakenOnes, on another episode on Embrace the Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. I am an intuitive shaman, healer, and reader. On this channel, I speak about spirituality with compassion, emotional awareness with love. I do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because it's our divine right to know more than what we have been told. But today, beautiful beings, short and simple. Do you know why we have been taught to believe we have no control over our lives? Is because emotions and thoughts are the very catalyst in order for us to be in alignment towards taking actions towards what we desire. But most of the time we feel a victim to these emotions. We feel a victim to the past. We feel a victim to all the traumas that happened to us because we deem ourselves to believe that that is who we are. But what if I told you today that what you went through, it's not who you are. What you went through is literally help you to awaken to your remembrance. And your remembrance is that you already are abundant. You already are a victor. You already are a creator, a manifester. You don't need to be it. You're it on a daily basis. You came here as it itself. But why is it that we still make ourselves a victim of our circumstance? It's because we believe that everything that we feel and think is literally who we are. But you're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. Your thoughts and your emotions are literally a vibrational frequency that you're meant to learn from. The same way they say energy is, emotions are energy emotion. Yes, they are. You know why? Because their frequency is meant to pass through in order for you to learn to level up. But the reason why we make it so hard on ourselves to make these changes, to change our belief systems, to let go of things that have hurt us, to open up our hearts, is because we don't want to believe that we are more powerful than what we feel and think. You know, I was listening to something yesterday and it was very, very powerful. It was saying how this person was saying, it really opened up my heart and my mind. It's like, you know, he was saying, I wanted to believe that I have power over my reality. I wanted to believe that I'm not a victim of these circumstances. And that opened up a light bulb for me because I realized the bitterness that we hold on to, the heartaches that we hold on to, we make ourselves a victim because we try to identify our pain as if why we are the way that we are. And the more we identify with that story, the more we believe it. The more that we believe something, the more it becomes a paradigm that we live by, that becomes autopilot mind, the autopilot way of being. But how can you stop making yourself a victim and start seeing that you're abundant? What if I told you the universe is literally just a video game that you created? You're not a part of it, you created it. I know this sounds so weird, but look at it this way. What if you never play video games, I'm gonna try my best to explain this. What if the whole universe is literally you? What if? What if the whole universe is you? That's why they say your outer reality is a reflection of how you think, feel, and act. Because it really is. The universe is only here to reflect back to you what you believe in. Because you are the divine consciousness in a physical, tangible reality. You are literally divine itself. Experience itself through this whole existence. So the only way to stop seeing yourself as a victim is start taking responsibility. And I know that's a hard thing to do, because we all feel it's easier to give away our power than to be our power. But you got to be honest with yourself, you know? You're only a victim of your circumstance is because you have seen your parents live out these beliefs, and you think these beliefs are you because you think these beliefs belong to you because it came from your parents. Your parents didn't know how to do the inner work to let go of these traumas, to do the inner work to heal, to do the inner work to let go of those bondage. But the reason why you're awakened, the reason why you see these patterns, these belief systems, these limiting beliefs at that, is because you were the one meant to break them. You were the one to see the power behind the fact that you had to experience all of this because you were meant to break the curse that is no longer true. And when you can be aware that these beliefs, everything that you went through in your life is only a part of your story, it's not your story, then the best thing you will realize is that you don't need to feel guilty for being the one who wants to believe in abundance. You don't need to feel guilty for being the one to be able to see that this no longer serves you. Just because it happened in your family doesn't mean you have to be a part of it. It just means you have the ability to see it, heal from it, learn from it, and overcome it. But first, you got to take responsibility for the fact that you do have these beliefs. You do have these thought patterns. You do have these ways of being. You do have these habits. You are the toxic ones sometimes. We all have darkness. We all have light. When you can take responsibility of this, then you can realize you can take responsibility for the power you hold in this existence as a divine being. And when you could do that, you can start realizing the only way you become a victim of your circumstance is by believing that things outside of you have more power than you. And the way to stop seeing that things have more power over you is to start seeing that you have power over things as well. Now, let's not get caught up in the ego, because sometimes we can manipulate to get what we want. This is not about manipulation. This is about remembrance. This is about being equipped with realizing all the resources you need are from the lessons and the traumas that you've been through. And what if I told you your dogma, your purpose, is literally everything you went through and how you came out of it? And the way to see the abundance of life is to start realize your abundance manifested in the self. You are existing the same time that this sky, these trees, other people, and people who we like to deem are better than us, are richer than us, who have more than us, we are existing the same time they are. So that means we are divine in itself. So the beautiful way to stop being a victim of your circumstance and start feeling abundance is by what has helped me, is by realizing I rather take responsibility, because the more I take responsibility of my reality and who I am and how I act and how I think, the more I realize I can have power. I can have the power to see what I want to see. I can have the power to believe that what I see through my eyes is an illusion, but what I see in my mind and feel in my heart and want to be is the truth. It's not a lie. You have to brainwash yourself to believing in who you feel in your heart you really are. And you have to brainwash yourself into realizing that this is all just an illusion. And this is why I said that this entire universe is a video game. You can make it how you want. You know how people change their skins, change the way they look, make up their character? That's how it is. You can do that in this reality. It's just a matter of what would you rather believe in? Would you believe in that you're a victim? Or would you believe that you're the victor of your reality? It's really up to you. So, sit with this thought. Would you want to be the victim of your circumstance? Or would you want to be the one to create it? There's scientists that can prove that your beliefs and how you think can really change how you see things. And how you see things can start changing for you too. So I'm going to So, beautiful beings, I'm going to leave you with this. Is remember, everything that you went through, your soul chose all of it. But the reason why you forgot is because that's the whole part of the game, baby. The whole part of the game is to remember that, damn, I ain't no victim. Damn, yeah, trigger warning. I've been raped, emotionally manipulated, physically abused, bullied, judged. I even want to take my own life, and I realized, wow. All of that showed me how powerful I am to overcome all of that. So what more can I do? What more can you do? What more can you be? Listen, I want you to understand, when you start setting intentions for your life and everything that you do, you start to realize that you don't need to do much to manifest or be abundant. You could just visualize, sit down, and feel into that being, that essence of what you want to see in your reality. And that is enough in itself. But it's up to you to start realizing that you can be a victim and be abundant at the same time. Because you're going to give the universe mixed signals. And that's why people say they want this, and they get into, like, for 1 week they're doing good, and the next week all of a sudden they start doubting, they start questioning. You can't do that. You can't do that. It will take time to feel powerful and abundant. It will take time to vibrationally align back to your truth. It will take time. But here's the thing. The only work you have to do is line yourself up with your abundance again and your truth. That's the only work you got to do. And start to feel good and being powerful, and to stop feeling guilty that you are starting to remember what is true to your heart. Because you're not existing to be nothing and to be used. You're existing to create something and to remember why you came back onto this planet. So other than that, beautiful beings, stop giving the universe mixed signals and start realizing that you have the power to realize you are more powerful than things outside of you. Than things outside of you being more powerful than you. But don't get it twisted with the energy. It's not about manipulation. It's not about being better than other people. It's about realizing you are divine consciousness in itself, reincarnated to experience your very own creation through remembering the power that you can be, have, and do whatever it is you desire, because you already created this reality. The God that created this essence created you, and that power lives inside of you. You're not God, but you are a giant, as God can see the work that you're doing and who you are. Tap into that connection of source again, and I guarantee you, you will never look at this life as your victim. You will look at this life like, damn, yeah, I created all of this, even though I don't like it. What can I really create? That's something I do like. That's all it takes. But now, you beautiful beings, I'll leave you here with that. I love you guys so much. Happy late Thanksgiving, if I haven't said that before. But other than that, you guys, please have a blissful, blissful weekend. I love you all. If you want to know my business inquiries, all that information is down in the description box below, as well as the link for my new merch and Awaken Prophecy Healing Program. But other than that, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. And only love. Namaste.